Hey there, Business Accelerators. How is everybody doing? Happy January 19th. We're already 3/4 of the way through the month. How's everybody's 2021 starting off? Hopefully way better than 2020 ended, right?
Only got to go up for most people.
Absolutely. So today we're jumping into our 3-part series, digging into really what is an OBM and what do they do. So the first week of January, we talked about how an OBM is responsible for the operations management of the business. That's the day-to-day tasks, ensuring that projects timelines are met, responsibilities are handled, etc. Last week, we jumped into people or team management and how an OBM is responsible for understanding and knowing everything that's going on within the team, coordinating tasks and responsibilities, assigning tasks and responsibilities, and just making sure that when there's collaboration that needs to happen with more than one team member, that those things are handled and completed on time. So if you want to recheck those out, those are videos. The first week was on January 5th. Last week, of course, was January 12th, and today is the 19th. So today we're going to jump into the third, we'll call it the topic or the third segment of what an OBM does, and that's project management. Now, this one's a little bit more challenging and more difficult, and it really takes a very unique and organized skill set to be able to do this, because while it's one thing to be able to get instant gratification and have a particular task or responsibility and just say, hey, person A, I need this done, I need it done by tomorrow, right? You can do that, you can follow up, it's very easy, it's a singular task, or maybe even it's multiple tasks, but they're standalone items. Managing a project is usually a much longer term process in terms of there's multiple pieces and parts, typically multiple people that are involved with different roles and responsibilities. And quite honestly, some projects may take several months and several hours and days worth of work that can only be done in a certain order to ensure that the project is properly handled. I mean, that could be from website design from nothing to an incredibly amazing website. It could be some sort of a product launch that you have. There's so many things that some tasks just can't be done in one day. It takes time. It takes, building things and creating things, and you've got somebody to be in a position to hold it all together. There may be checkpoints along the way. So let's say you've got a project, whatever that it may be. Maybe it's going to take you 3 months from beginning to completion. Well, along the way, there's going to be daily check-ins. There's going to be weekly check-ins. You're going to have to report that back to the owner. You're going to have to report concerns or questions from the owner back to the team. The team may put some things together that require approval before they can move on. One person on the team may be responsible for some of the technology, but they can only go so far because they need another person on the team to give them the information that goes into the technology. So the super high level responsibility and super organized and very detail-oriented person is required as an OBM in order to hold this whole thing together. Otherwise, this is like it's like a construction project that never gets done, right? It's the foreman of a construction job. If they don't have a good plan in place,
they don't have a foreman.
They don't have a foreman, right? So what'll happen is you're going to get an inferior built building, whatever it may be, but you can't start on the roof until you have the foundation done, right? And so after you do the foundation, then you got to get the flooring down. After you get the flooring, I guess before that, you got to have plumbing and stuff. And then you get the flooring down. You got to get the walls. Yep. So there's step-by-step actions that have to happen. You don't just say.
We know a lot about building a house, just FYI.
Right?
You don't know anything about building a house.
Yeah, you don't just build a house in one day. It takes time. It takes organization. It takes planning. It takes being able to vision what you're going to need 30 days out, because you don't need the product and supplies necessarily, in our house example, to put the finishing touches on the roof on day one. What you need is the stuff to put the foundation in place. The same goes, excuse me, with any sort of a project that you're managing is you got to have a system in place, organizing the task, organizing the responsibilities, having supplies that you may or may not need, but having those things done in an organized, efficient manner so that the project moves forward every single day.
So if you haven't checked out our website, meticsconsulting.com. We have several free resources on there. We have, of course, the SWOT analysis, which we talk about a lot, which is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. We have also last week we talked about a team management Trello board that you could buy to help manage your team, whether you are 3 or 10 or whatever, that will work for you. We also have another really cool automation download about things you can automate in your business, save yourself time, money, and energy. And this week, we wanted to tell you about a free guide we've developed for how to hire an OBM, what an OBM can do for you, what is an OBM, and
some
anything
tips
about OBMs.
Yeah, what to look for, what questions to ask. Do you need an OBM? And if so, how do you make sure you get the right OBM that's going to be right for you and your company? And that's free. The SWOT business analysis free. The automation tips is free. The free guide on how to hire an OBM is free. The Trello board, which is an online team management system, is incredibly valuable and useful, but it's only $97. And also, hey, while you're on the website, we put out a blog. In fact, this week's blog is about this topic right here. It just came out yesterday. So if you want to jump on there, just go to the blog section. We've got some additional resources. So if you prefer to read it than to watch us or listen to us, we certainly understand.
But anyway, that wraps up what we were going to talk about today, which is just project management. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the group. If you know somebody who might benefit from our group, please let them know about us. But otherwise, we will see you next Tuesday.
Yep, next Tuesday, we'll talk about managing the metrics, the numbers.
Bye.
Bye.